Hey, everybody, it's Maria Boynton. Thank you so much for joining me for another edition of Atlanta Up Close. Today, we're talking to a winner of the South Fulton mayor's race. Of course, we're talking to none other than Carmeltha Gums. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me here today.
Of course, a city founder, 8 years on city council. My first question to you, talk about the name Carmeltha. I've heard people mispronounce it different ways. Carmeltha, what's the origin?
So it is Panamanian,
Okay.
Spanish. My name was originally supposed to be Carmencita, but my mother decided to do something different. And of course, my middle name is Lizandra, and that's named after my Panamanian grandmother. So we got a long line of just strong women that I am named after.
Strong, beautiful women, I must
Thank
say. And
you.
since we're talking about your mother, your angel mother, she talked to you. You talked about that during the campaign. What is she saying to you now?
Ooh, I think she probably just smiling down at me and just proud as a peacock. But she was really, when I ran, 8 years ago, she was there. She was holding the Bible. So this time it'll be a little different without her being there. But I know that she's proud.
Okay, everyone,
Yeah.
we're talking to Carmeltha Gums, who, of course, is the mayor-elect for the city of South Fulton. It was a hard campaign. Would you not agree?
I totally agree. Yes, it was very difficult, very contentious race. Of course, it was 9 of us. Then it got down to 2, and came out prevailing.
We're going to talk about those 9 of you because I moderated a forum there, and I
did.
want to go back to
You
that day.
did.
But let's talk about the campaign. You and Dr. Mark Baker, a contentious race till the end. Have you heard from him first and foremost?
So despite, his letter that he put out to the community, no, I have not heard from Mr. Baker. Never received a phone call or any of that. No, I have not.
What have you learned since that campaign? Anything?
That there's truly no friends in politics. That is very, very important. I want people to understand that. Relationships are important, but there's no friends in politics.
Okay, Carmeltha Gums, everyone, mayor-elect of the city of South Fulton. I mean, when we talk about South Fulton and all of that, and we talk about a contentious race, and then I referred to that forum that I moderated not too long ago. There were like 9, I don't know how many of you were on that panel that day, and I had to say some things to y'all. Wasn't mad at you, by the way.
I got you.
Okay. And I guess I need to know, what have we learned in essence of all the it was just discombobulated that day. I mean, there was arguing. There was talking over each other. I mean, the city of South Fulton has a stain on it right now.
It
Okay.
does.
You might have a tough task, you think, to clear that stain. How you plan to clear that stain?
Well, I think we have to go through a process of healing. And one of the ways that we go through this healing process is being transparent, being open, allowing residents to really see who we are at the city of South Fulton, and having a leader that is willing to be open and transparent. I think that's important to kind of lead the city through its healing process. That was a very tough time, but our city's been plagued with a lot of misinformation, and that is what was taking place. People believe what they read on the internet or social media, especially if you haven't been following, what's been happening in the city for a long time. So my thing is that I always want to give the residents the truth. I want them to really know. I've been sitting in the midst of this for the past 8 years. We need to know what the real facts are. And I think that's something that people just want to just put something out there, and it just grows like wildfire.
What do you feel the biggest piece of misinformation has been about the city of South Fulton?
That we're mismanaging money and we're doing all of these things to, make the city look bad. And it's really not. We've done marvelous things, within this city, within this short time span of 8 years. It's just that it's overshadowed, by some of the antics, as I would say, or poor decision making on some of our leaders within the city of South Fulton.
How do you plan to change all of that, to put forth the positive message so that the community, Metro Atlanta, the world even, will know that the city of South Fulton is a city about growth?
Yeah. Well, the message is, again, being open, being transparent, but also showing the work, and being out there in the front. I think that's the most important thing, that residents need to feel like they're a part of the city, with their voices being heard. So that's the goal, and I think that's all we got to do.
We can talk about mentoring. We can talk about the face of a nation. We can talk about Carmeltha Gums. Why is it so important, when we talk about representation, why is it so important for the young people even to see a Carmeltha Gums in this leadership position?
Oh wow. I think the thing what's so funny is that I never imagined myself being in this position. I've always been about community, just wanted to help my community, make it shine. There were different things that I felt as a young person that we needed to see. And I never thought I would be leading the second largest city in Fulton County. So for me, it is whatever your dreams are, just make them happen. So, and I'm here to tell people that it doesn't matter what's in your course or your path, you can make your dreams come true.
Who were your mentors?
Oh, my mother.
Oh.
My mother, she was just a strong, resilient black woman that really stood up and didn't take no junk. And I'm very soft spoken, but yet at the same time, I'm
Oh.
really behind the scenes a little fighter.
You can be a firecracker, Carmeltha. Everyone, we're talking to Carmeltha Gomes, of course, mayor-elect for the city of South Fulton. And we talk about a contentious election. We can talk about a contentious, 8 years even?
Yes.
Okay. So let's get down to collaboration. I mean, what are your plans when it comes to bettering the relationship? Because you still got to work with people now that you're leading them. And people have to trust their mayor. And of course, the mayor has to trust those who they're working with.
Yes.
What do you plan on when it comes to collaboration? How do you plan to build unity among everybody?
Well, the message is clear, even though I've shared with the residents that you may not have voted for me, but I am going to represent everyone within the city of South Fulton. I have asked for them to join on this journey with me. This is not something that we can do alone. So I want people to really buy into moving this city forward. We have such a promising future, the growth, just the wonderful things that are upon us as a city, and being close to one of the major cities in, the metro Atlanta area. So we just really have to lean into that, and that's what I'm hoping to do. Also collaborating very closely with those council members that represent all of the districts within the city, working on their goals and objectives. And again, as I shared before, if they're successful and I can help them be successful, then the entire city is successful. So collaboration is the key. We may disagree, but we have to learn how to disagree and move forward.
Yes, in a calm fashion.
In a
of
calm
course.
fashion.
Everyone, she's Carmeltha Gomes, mayor-elect for the city of South Fulton. And when we talk about collaborations and partnerships, and you talk about being right next to Atlanta, your partnership with the county, the state, regional leaders, I mean, how will you make that happen? How will you make that stronger?
Well, being on the council for the past 8 years, I've had the opportunity to work with those regional leaders, making sure that our relationships are strong. I know who to call. I'm very resourceful. Just had a conversation with Mayor Dickens just yesterday, and very, very supportive. And looking at some of the past leaders that we can really, have that support to help South Fulton. I think everybody is interested in seeing our city succeed. So I'm looking forward to, really leaning in on that as well.
Just under a month before being sworn in.
No.
You going to take a vacation?
I thought I was, but it's too much work to do. Again, as an elected official, you never have any days off, so you're always serving. But at the end of the day, I may take a sneak away just for a minute, just to regroup and get ready for the new year.
Yeah, because you have some things to do, lady.
We got a lot of work
You
to
have a
do.
lot to do. Let's talk about public safety. Of course, the latest available online, the statistics that I was able to get. Current year to date, 2,066 incidents of criminal activity in the city of South Fulton. Last year, a year ago, it was 2,524, so you're down a bit.
Yes.
And we're talking about everything from homicides, rapes, robbery, aggravated assault, aggravated battery, auto theft, attempted auto theft. We're talking about everything from burglary to arson. What are your plans in terms of when it comes to public safety to help bring down the crime rate even more?
Well, I do want to thank our current chief that he's done a phenomenal job in bringing our crime rate down. It's been down for the past 4 years. I want people to know that South Fulton is not a violent city, and our crime rate is low. But we need to make sure that we get key leadership in. We need to make sure that we get really good officers, post-certified officers, and officers that are willing to work for the community. So that is the first order of business, is making sure that we strengthen our public safety and keep our crime rate down.
What about your emergency response times? You got a plan for that?
Well, we have been improving our emergency response time. A lot of that goes back to our relationship with Grady, because they do provide, our services as well. But our response time has been improving over the past couple of years, and I continue to see that it will improve.
And of course, you have to work with, of course, we talk about the region and all of that. When it comes to improving health care, you mentioned Grady.
Yes.
So making sure that your residents have a place to go when they need it for
Yes,
medical care.
yes. And our relationship, of course, with all of the mayors in the South Metro area is wonderful. So they are looking forward to collaborating and making sure that we build a strong regional presence across the city so that our residents are served equitably.
How are you going to support your police? I mean, you kind of alluded to it there. I mean, what are your plans when it comes to helping them to be able to do their job better and knowing that they have the support of the city?
Well, the key thing is that we need to get the right leader. Right now, as most people know, our police chief is on administrative leave.
Yes, Keith Meadows.
Keith Meadows, yes, he is on administrative leave. And I do think that we need to get the right leadership in there to help build a morale, to keep our officers excited, wanting to stay within the city. So there are some recommendations that we are suggesting with the city manager, and we'll get those and we'll move our city forward. So I think it's a promising future for our police department. So if there are any police officers that are looking to come to South Fulton, we do encourage them to apply.
Pay good?
Absolutely.
I might check you out. So when you talk about Keith Meadows, the chief of police, and some allegations, and then you had a situation where he stepped away for a minute. I mean, what can you tell people about the status of that even?
Well, we will probably be speaking with him very shortly. That's probably about the best I can really tell you at this point in time in reference to our police chief.
I understand.
Yes.
Everyone, she's Carmeltha Gomes, mayor-elect for the city of South Fulton. We're talking to her because she went through a heck of a campaign, as you might say, a heck of a campaign. You have another word for it. And we just wanted to get you in here. We wanted to congratulate you on everything that you're doing. And 8 years as a founding member. I mean, what does that feel? How does that make you feel to know that 8 years in, you helped found this city, and now you're leading this city?
Oh, it is definitely an honor. I remember the first day when we started the city and we were sworn in. We had no laptops, we had no email. We were probably doing everything wrong at that point in time. But to see where we've come, to see the growth of the city, having the departments, the employees that we have, is just so real. So I'm excited to be at the helm and leading this city to its next level.
South Fulton pretty spread out.
It is.
Yeah.
99 square foot miles. Yes.
Yeah, what, 7 districts, something like that?
Yes.
So how do you plan to connect with everybody?
Well, every district has their own little special characteristics. I think, as I'm going in through this process, I have to be a mayor for everyone. So it's going to be a busy time. But spending time in each district, making sure that I'm touching every resident and voter possible, that's just what we have to do, and we have to continue to do that as the mayor. And I've done that before. Community engagement is a big thing for me.
Your predecessor, there was a lot of arguing going on. We're talking about spending, things of that nature, trips to other countries that were apparently not approved as they are supposed to be. I mean, you're not going to do any of that, are you?
No, I do like to travel, but I am a world traveler on my own dime. I think that we have way too much work to do here in the city of South Fulton. We have to get our business affairs in order before we're starting to travel and trying to bring people to do business internationally. I think we got to do a lot of work here locally to tighten up our process, and that's what I'm looking forward to doing.
Processes in place to prevent what happened previously?
Yes. We have stronger fiscal especially around the P cards. We have put a lot of things. Actually, last night at our council meeting, we are putting some more safeguards in place for our P card policy. So again, we're going to get into a retreat at the end of January, just myself, the city manager, and the council members, and we're going to work this thing out and make sure that we come out as rock stars for the city of South Fulton.
Well, I hope when y'all do that fallback exercise at the retreat, I hope everybody catches everybody, all right?
Oh, well, I don't know. I'm just teasing.
Okay, of course you are. Everyone, been talking to Carmeltha Gomes, mayor-elect for the city of South Fulton. And my final question to you about your family, how does your daughter feel about being a member of the First Family?
Oh, well, she doesn't like the spotlight. She does not like that at all, but she is super proud of her mother. I remember asking her to make phone robocalls, and she's made phone calls. So she's kind of, leaning into it a little bit, but she's a shy little baby, so she's not into
A
all of
baby.
that. Yeah.
Didn't she graduate from Spelman?
She did. She's a great. Well, I call her my baby.
Of
She's my
course.
only one, but she's 23 and a graduate of Spelman. She is working in her first healthcare, job, and is looking forward to going to medical school.
All righty.
Super proud.
Super proud. I'm sure that you are. Carmeltha
Yes.
Gums, congratulations to
Thank
you again
you.
on being mayor-elect for the city of South Fulton.
Thank
I'm going to
you.
give you like a minute and a half. Just tell the people how important it is for you to be a part of them and thanking them for putting you in that leadership spot.
Well, I definitely want to say thank you. Thank you for voting for me. Thank you for supporting me. This, again, was a very contentious race. And all of the emails, the texts, just the encouragement to move this city forward, I appreciate. And I want those, as I shared, that did not vote for me to please, let's go on this journey together. South Fulton is too precious, and we need you. So I'm looking forward to leading this city to its next level.
Mayor-elect Gums.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
okay?
you for having me.
Of course. Anytime. We want to have you back, by the way.
Absolutely. I'll come back.
Okay, good. Everyone, thank you for listening to yet another edition of Atlanta Up Close. And of course, you can always listen to on the Odyssey app. I'm Maria Boynton.